I can comfort you with my own two hands, but you got to use your own two hands. Use your own two hands. Use your own two hands. With our own two hands. With our own two hands. With my own two hands.
Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band. Good morning. How is everyone this morning? Hold on, I'm going to do some. I'm going to be a techie for a moment. Do some set change. There we go. So it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Yes? Yes, it is. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. My name is Jonathan Zenz. I'm the spiritual director here. I'm so happy to see some beautiful new faces, and so welcome to everybody who is here visiting us for the first time. The first order of business today is we have birthdays and anniversaries that we celebrate on the first Sunday of every month. So if you are celebrating a birthday or an anniversary during the month of, can you believe it's October? And if you have not filled out a ballot, is there anyone who has not filled out a ballot? All right. So while that is happening, I'm going to let them fill out their ballot.
All right.
Yes. I got a couple of things that I do want to let you know about. First of all, we have a brand new community board out there. I don't know if anybody's noticed that big chalkboard. Keep an eye on that because there are announcements that'll go up there, things to know about the center, what's happening at the center. I can tell you we're looking for youth director right now. We're looking for people to help out on Wednesday nights during service and also for classes in a technical capacity. What else are we looking for? Oh, I know. I'm so excited.
What is it, Jonathan?
I'm so excited.
What is it?
I'm so excited. No, we're going to have November 3rd. You ready for this? Yes. November 3rd, we're going to have auditions for our choir. We are putting together a choir that will perform on occasion here with our music team, and I'm so excited about it. It's going to be led by our very own Fran, so thank you for that. Fran, and now I'll just embarrass you to no end. Fran, who went to Juilliard. So you're in very good hands with Fran musically. So I'm so excited about that. Is everyone turned? Waiting for one more. All right. The other thing I want to let you know about is we did start. Oh, so great! We did start our Wednesday night services this week. And Wednesday nights, it's a very different kind of service. It's much more introspective. It's, laid back, and we sit and we meditate and we contemplate. Anyway, it's a really fantastic experience. So I encourage you to join us on Wednesday evenings at 6:30 right here at the center that precedes class. Wasn't it awesome? Yes. Yeah, those of you who were here, it was spectacular. So, are we ready? Well, first, so I'll take that now. All right, let's sing Happy Birthday, and take it away.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
All right. So this is the way this works. People have filled out their name and a registered charity of their choice. We're going to draw one of those ballots from the basket here, and whomever wins 5% of whatever we collect today during the offering will be donated to that registered charity. See how that works? So let's see. Do you want to choose, Zach? You want to? No? Are you being shy? Okay, that's fine. Marge.
Of course.
Wait, are you celebrating?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Every day I'm celebrating.
There you go.
Oh, good answer.
Thelma Jackson. Awesome. And the registered charity of choice is the Center for Spiritual Living.
What? Really?
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I will set that there. So here we are. We're here on a beautiful Sunday morning. We come together every Sunday with one thing to do. And actually, not even one thing to do. We come here with an intention to be all that we can be. To be the understanding that there is only one power, and that power is who and what we are. It is how we live our life, and it is how our life is unfolding in a creative way. That's what we teach here, that there is one power, and it is who and what we are. Right? And when we really tap into that one power, we begin to create lives that are extraordinary because we are utilizing a law of cause and effect that is immutable. Whatever you decide to be becomes the rule and law of your life. And so, check in with yourself right now. Check in with yourself to determine, and it's okay to look at this stuff sometimes, what might not be working for you right now. Just check in. And what I'm here to offer you in this moment is the understanding that if it is not working for you, you can change it. That's the truth. And you change it first and foremost by changing your mind and changing how you approach and how you relate to the circumstances in your life. That's what we teach. So we do this every Sunday, and I get very excited about it, right? I'm very excited about it. Bouncing off the walls, typically. Let's share together the reading on the back of our songbook, the Declaration of Principles. This was written in the late 20s by Dr. Ernest Holmes, who was the founder of this philosophy. Let's read this together. I believe in one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe this one manifests itself in and through all creation. I believe in the individualization of the Spirit, and that all people are individualizations of the one Spirit. I believe that heaven is within, and that we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. I believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. I believe in the eternality, immortality, and the continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of life to all. Hit me today. I believe in the eternality, immortality, and continuity of the individual soul forever and ever expanding. What he means in that is that there is absolutely nothing that separates you from the infinity of life. That this is a temporary experience that we're having on this plane of action, but who you are is infinite. It is infinite. Think about that. Can you really comprehend infinity? Really? And that your life is always unfolding in an infinite, magnificent way? Yeah. Here to take us down that road of inspiration a little bit more deeply, I'm going to invite to the lectern our practitioner of the day, Mary Ellen Cassey.
I know I've said it before up here, that there are no accidents. I came in and I heard music, and then I changed the music for the meditation, for the ones that were here, a different kind of a chant. And I went in and I asked a question, and I got what I needed to link my talk into it. So I say thank you. So this morning, I want to start with a quote. And thank you for saying what you said. That's such a lead into where I'm going. And we don't talk. There's just one here.
Well, we do talk.
We do, yes. Yes, we do talk. I meant before service. I don't know the music. I know nothing when I come here, and yet I do. And yet I do. So thank you for that. Whew, that takes the pressure off. No. So my quote out of my favorite man, Within each of us is an indestructible, an eternal God, intended man, a perfect being. A perfect being. That's from Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind. For those that want to look it up, I keep reading. Every page is a new day. 338, paragraph 3, when you get to know those little points. So, I'm here to declare I am a spiritual giant. And that's not my ego. That is not my ego. But it hit me. Yes, I am a spiritual giant. My friend Patrick was with me when I discovered this. This became my new mental equivalent for the last month or so. And it brought to mind the television program, now I'm going to date myself, The Friendly Giant. Hey, I got some friends in the crowd. That's my next line. The Friendly Giant with Jerome, right? Jerome the giraffe. And Rusty the rooster. And the little room of furniture, but it was the rocking chair that always got me. He put it in the middle for us. And of course the theme song was Early One Morning, and the music still plays. And I don't know why that came to me, but it was the only giant I've ever known in my life, the big boots. And he said, do you remember how he would start by asking us to look up, way, way up, way, way up. He had our attention immediately. And so today I ask myself, what do I believe in? Who am I? Who am I, really? So this is a sacred day in spiritual awakening. There's no secret. I'm in a sacred relationship with God, my source and my supply. I have no doubts. And I continue to be in love with the divine, my invisible friend. And so today, in my meditation, my spiritual giant came to me. My invisible friend, that's my giant. So I say thank you for allowing me to be here amongst my prayer partners. This has not always been the case. I did not have a great sense of who I was, let alone why I was here. I was married on today's date in 1966. I was nervous, frightened, and 18 years of age. I lacked self-confidence. I used to discredit myself. I felt I was never enough. And along the way, my faith deepened. I have awakened spiritually. I know that no thing can happen with me, not to me, I don't blame, but with me, without my mental consent. Tributes to my mental muscle classes. And I have a mental attitude of gratitude. I realize that God never makes a mistake. And so here I am. Here I am. Evolution happens every time that an idea is conceived. It is God expressing itself. God knows when there is a desire to be expressed. The spirit involves and the law evolves. I am an individualized expression of God. And so are each and every one of you. That little paragraph comes from Ernest Holmes as well. But the God, my message is really that the God that is in you is in me. God is my inner and absolute perfect self. This is my spiritual giant awareness. Sorry, no, I was, it's so nice to see Fred smiling, and I just love you, and I know he listens and sends me notes after I speak, so it's like, here you are in the crowd. I love it. So I'm asking or suggesting. The choice is yours. Prepare yourself spiritually. Prepare yourself spiritually. And I leave you with this thought. I know there's a sale going on today, and so this came to me. The garments of limitation are tossed aside. The garments of limitation are tossed aside when I surrender. Came from Wednesday night. What can I do? I say thank you. And believe in the law. Believe in the law. That's what's working in and through me and being me all the time. I won't allow anything else. I dress myself in robes of the newness of joy, beauty, life, love, peace, and wisdom, intelligence, creativity, and wholeness. I declare I am a spiritual giant. And so I'm going to ask you to do one little favor for me before I close with my affirmation. I'd love you to look at your neighbor and smile. This is God smiling at you. I couldn't resist that one. And so my affirmation is this. I am always reviewing, renewing, and revitalizing my relationship with the divine through consciousness and intention. And with that I say, namaste.
So let's break that down. Let's say that together. I am always reviewing, renewing and revitalizing, my relationship with the divine, through consciousness and intention. Feel the shift in the energy of the room now that we've all shared in that together. This is the power that you have by utilizing your mind. You can shift your experience like that. Thank you so much for that. It was beautiful, just beautiful. So let's relax right into where we are. Relaxing into that sacred space of inner knowing, that sacred space of understanding. We're going to share together the chant, A Blessing to the World. Super easy, but if you need the lyrics, they're on page 4 of your songbook. During the blessing, Mary Ellen will treat us to a treatment, which is simply our form of affirmative prayer. And so I invite you to simply relax right where you are. Understand who you are. Go deeper, deeper in this moment with the recognition of God as you. Is a blessing to the world. Let's sing that again with I am. I am the heart, I am the hand.
I declare that God is all there is. There is only oneness. And I step into this oneness. There is one life. That is God's life, and that life is perfect, and that life is my life now. That life is your life now. I claim that for me and for you right here. There is no separation, no division, only infinite oneness. And as I continue to drink in this divine energy, this pulsation, this urge that lights me up, fills me with love, answers all my desires in the moment. In the moment, I know that I am that I am. I am deeply connected to this source and the supply. I am healed because I say so. That is the power. That is this invisible friend, my spiritual giant living within, healing me head to toe. In this moment, all is well. All is well. I am health. I am full of vitality, energy, and I'm alive, and I'm aware, and I'm awake in this truth. I am awake. And I step in every day with every breath, renewing and revitalizing myself in the truth that I know. It is for you, it is for me, it is for everyone. It's not just words, it is. And I embrace this truth as who I am. I own it. And I use it. There's a power in the universe, and you can use it, and it allows me, and it uses me, and it expresses through me. I am this individualized spirit, and I go out in life, and I shake hands, and I see smiling faces, and I see God everywhere. In the color of the trees that are alive and beautifully shining today, in the fog that I drove through. God is in everything and everywhere. And I awaken to that spiritual giant that is all around me, surrounding me, being me. In right here, my invisible friend, I'm never alone. It is for this knowingness that I allow and I accept this to be who I am. It is with a grateful and open heart that I can say thank you. Thank you for my awakening. Thank you for the presence and the power that I accept is mine today. I release these words in enlightenment. I release to the law, the universal mind, knowing it is done, nothing else to do. I step back out of the way and allow this to flow through and be me. Together we say, and so it is.
And so, as we continue, bring to mind the people who are in this room, bring to mind people who are not just in this room, but in your life. And as we finish this out by singing, we are, include all of them as well. Because it is the truth. Here we go.
We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world.
Let's sing that again.
We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are
blessing to the world. Just repeat that last line. To the world. To the world. All right, thank you so much for that.
Beautiful. Beautiful. One thing I want to point out, I am a spiritual giant. It's funny you said that's not from a place of ego, and yet what I will suggest to you is it is from a place of ego. Ego from the understanding of entertaining God only. That's true ego. Entertaining that you are the divine no matter what, not edging God out, which is what we think of as the human ego, which is where we think we have something, anyway. There's no power in the human ego, but there is power in understanding that you are God. You are the divine source, fully embodied and present right here and right now. Patrick. You forgot, didn't you? This is Face of God. Just play it underneath. Oh, one of the things that I love doing, and actually I didn't tell the band that I was doing this at this point, just so you know, no, you don't. We're not singing it. I just asked Patrick to play it underneath. One of my great joys in life is teaching. And I have the most brilliant students who show up in class and participate, and we have a number of students who actually have all received certifications in classes that they've taken over the course of the last year, and I think 2 years now. I don't think I've ever handed out certificates before. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite some students who are receiving certificates to come up and receive their certificates. We have some people who are here. We have people who are not here. But if they're here, great. If they're not, great. But let's honor every single person who has taken the time to really engage in learning this philosophy on a deeper level by showing up to class. Shahrose Marali. Carmen Noseworthy. Oh, you can stay up here. No, you're going to stay up here. I want to... Lots of certificates there. You're welcome. Mark Moniz, who's with the kids. So, yay! Mark Scott, who is not here, but yay, Mark. Judy Southern. Linda Visosky. Lena DeSanto. Awesome. Fred Wimette. Woo! Cheryl Pochuk, who I know is watching us online. Hello, Cheryl. Look, here are your certificates. We have a couple people who do distance learning. One of them is a dear, dear, lovely man who lives in Temagami, and he has earned these certificates by coming and joining us on class online, watching the live video feed and participating in class, and it's really lovely. But Michelle Doe, who is in Temagami, yay! Also, Magda Larocque also joins us online. And what's funny, she was here on Wednesday night, and if I'd known, I would have had the certificate ready for her then. But also we have our very own, she's an adjunct board member, and she joins us online all the way from Cairo, where she has been for the last couple of years, Sonia Byrne. So these are people who have really taken the plunge to a deeper understanding, a deeper knowing, and really taking the time to learn this philosophy on a deeper level so that they can incorporate it in their lives. So I honor you and I thank you for all that you bring to me, because if there were no students, I wouldn't learn anything as a teacher. So I thank you for that. Congratulations. Thank you. So I'm moving this out of the way. There certainly are no mistakes. There are no mistakes, and this song today is absolutely no mistake. It's really one of my favorite songs ever, And the way what this man who's about to sing it brings to it, it touches my heart. And I'm grateful for that.
Don't say that just before I sing it.
What, do you want me to lie?
We love you, Pierre.
But what I did tell him today is if you get the lyrics wrong, I'm referencing the lyrics, so that's going to be a big problem for me.
Okay.
All right, so you feel the pressure now? Just a little bit?
Just a bit, yeah.
Okay, surrender, let it go.
Slow going.
All right,
Where is it?
please welcome Pierre Gautreau.
Oh, the secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Any fool can do it. There ain't nothing to it. Nobody knows how we got to the top of the hill. And since we're on our way down, yeah, we might as well enjoy the ride. The secret of love is in opening up your heart. It's okay to be afraid. Don't let that stand in your way, no. 'Cause everyone knows that love is the only road. And since we're only here for a while, we might as well show some style. Give us a smile now. Isn't that a lovely ride? Sliding down and gliding down, and try not to try too hard. It's a lovely ride. Now the thing about time is that time isn't really real. It's all on your point of view. And how does it feel for you in there? 'Cause Einstein said he could never understand it all. And planets spinning through space, the smile upon your face. Welcome to the human race now. Isn't that a lovely ride? See me sliding down, gliding down, and try not to try too hard. It's a lovely ride. Isn't it a lovely ride? Yeah, big finish. See me sliding down and gliding down, and try not to try too hard. It's a lovely ride. Well, the secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. James is tough.
Pierre Gautreau, awesome. So that's the message. I think we can all go home. Okay, so one of the things that occurred to me is this has nothing to do with what I want to talk about today, but And there's no spiritual lesson in what I'm about to tell you, but it just reminded me of times when I've like had my moments of like really blowing it on stage. I did a show when I was in no, you didn't blow it at all. No. I'm about to make it so much better. I did a show when I was in college. It was a touring production that was set up by my college. It was a musical review of the works of Sheldon Harnick. And most of you probably don't even know who Sheldon Harnick is. Sheldon Harnick was wrote with Jerry Bach, Fiddler on the Roof, and The Rothschilds, and She Loves Me, and The Apple Tree. Anyway, he's very, very well known. I mean, in the Broadway community, like, that's who he is, right? So we were doing this review of his songs, and I was understudying one of the tracks. We call them tracks when you do a review, because you're not playing a character, but I understudied a specific track in the show. And one day, the guy that I understudied was out of the show, and I had to go in and take his spot. Now, the whole show was done to pre-recorded music. So if you messed up, you had to find a way to get back in, right? There was this song called She Loves Me. Fran, you know, She Loves Me is like, bum, 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 she loves me. And to my amazement, I love it, knowing that she loves me. Anyway, just like, it starts driving and it's like a train, it never stops. I came in a bar too late. And then all of a sudden the chord changes are happening. I'm thinking, I'm up there, I'm like trying to do the choreography and dance. I'm like, I am a bar behind. What am I gonna do? And then so at one point I go, she loves me. Anyways, I love it, knowing that she loves me and loved me. True, she doesn't show it. How could she when she doesn't know it? And I did that. Oh my gosh. That was God showing up perfectly in that moment. That's what I've learned now, that that's the truth. No matter what, God is always showing up perfectly. There are no mistakes. You cannot make a mistake ever. You cannot make a mistake ever. What we perceive as mistakes are a misunderstanding in our own mind, and they just show up with the results of misunderstandings in our mind. That's it. Now, I'm about to say something that will probably seem shocking. Oh my gosh, not that I've ever been shocking around here. More and more, I think that God means less and less. More and more, I think that God means less and less. You know, we come here every Sunday, some of us every Sunday, looking for the secret of life. Think for just a moment, why do you show up here on a Sunday? Why are you here today? Really think about it. Why are you here today? What is it that you're looking for? What is the message that you're expecting to hear? What is the understanding that you are looking to leave here with today? Because whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, you are here on purpose. Because there are no mistakes. Do you come here to know God? Remind me to turn it on. It's going to drive me nuts. Oh, much better. It's a buzzing monitor. It's making me crazy. I love the way this song starts. The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. How many of you are enjoying the passage of time? Or are you looking to simply just get through to the next thing because you think there's a destination or something better over there? The more you put it out there, the more you put your destination, the more you put something out there. I mean, I'm not saying we shouldn't strive to achieve great things, but what I am saying is if you're doing it at the detriment of living and enjoying your life, rethink that. Because this moment right here, right now, is really all there is. That's it. That's it. The life you are experiencing right now is the only thing that is happening. That's it. Are you enjoying your life right now? Awesome. Now, it was a rhetorical question, but you know, feel free, I guess. Now, I had this. Awesome.
I'm with her.
All right. So I had this thought, right? Because the secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. And we experience time as a thing that we, now, my mind is reeling. I'm going to just stop for a moment, relax. Here I am. One of the things that I teach is that there actually is no such thing as time, right? You've all heard me say this before. At some point or another, I say there is no such thing as time. Time is a man-made concept. And we experience time because we experience form. It's all God, yes, I agree with that. But when we step out of the way of thinking that time has any bearing on the truth of who we are, then we can eliminate the need to live in regret or live in anxiety. Because living in regret is simply living in the past. Living in anxiety is worrying about the future. If you can truly step back, stop, take a breath, and remember who you are right in this moment, none of that matters. None of it matters. Now, I believe, and what I have taught, is that time was created by the divine for us to have an experience of form. It is the encompassing aspect of us experiencing a three-dimensional world. 3 dimensions, right? But I had this thought this morning. What if it's the other way around? What if form was created for us to experience time? Think about that. Think about the implications of that. Because then you can let go of the past and the future. You can really, truly let go of anxiety, of regret, when you step into the understanding that perhaps form was created to experience time. Heavy stuff. And it goes in line with the lyric, which he sang correctly. The thing about time, what is the lyric? The thing about time?
Is that time isn't really real.
Is that time isn't really real. We're the ones who create a context in our own mind, in our own use of a divine mind, of an infinite divine mind. And don't get hung up on the concepts of divine mind. That again gets very deep. But we are utilizing our own mind to have an experience of time and space. How is it going for you? I'll go back to the question. What are you here to know? Are you here to know God? What is God? That's really the big question. What is God? I ask this question all the time. It's kind of my job. What is God? And what I teach is that God is all there is. God is everything. God is the infinite creator of the universe. God is it. God is all of these things that we read. God is me. God is you. God is the we. God is everyone who's watching us online. God is the wall. I haven't done that in a while. But God is the wall. God is the water that I drink. God is the very energy that vibrates in the air. God is everything. There is nothing that is not God. And our experience of life is an experience of God that is being had by God. You are God experiencing God. So are you here to know God? That's what I'm here to know. I'm here to experience God in a more profound way all the time. And everything that I do in my life, everything that unfolds in my life, I am looking for that understanding, that kernel that leads me right into that place of deep, centered awareness that this too is God. And I will tell you, I've been faced with some challenges this week that have shaken me up a little bit. God, I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but I am. So I found out, some of you know that my mother has been experiencing a health challenge, and we did find out this week that it is cancer. And so that really shook me up in the moment of form, in the moment of an experience in form, in time and space. I have a deeper understanding. I have a very, very deep conviction and understanding and knowing that she is the embodiment of pure health no matter what. But it was confirmed in the world of form. Really get that. The experience of cancer was confirmed in the world of form. But the world of form has no power except the power that I give to it, and the power that she gives to it, and the power that we give to it collectively. So if I decide that that experience has no power over her, and I step back and say, the truth of God is health and nothing else, then that's what shows up. And so, what I want to suggest to you is check in. When I said my mother is experiencing cancer, where did your mind go? Because if your mind went to a place of, oh, that's terrible, check in. Because we do that. It's how we were socialized to think that it's a death sentence, and it's not. And if we collectively understand the truth of health, that it is a God-given experience, then we overcome any circumstance in the world of form. And so I invite you all right here and right now to know with me that my mother is well, my mother is healthy, my mother is happy, my mother is divine and expresses only in that fashion. That's the truth.
And so it is.
And so it is. Sometimes I look at my notes and I think, what the heck was I thinking? Because my notes are becoming more shorthand all the time. Thinking, clearly that meant something to me about 4 hours ago. Oh, I know what it was. They're rattling. All of a sudden I'm like, I'm in Southern California, we're having an earthquake. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about differences in philosophies, because one of the things that other philosophies will suggest is that if we are here to know God, how do we know God except by serving God? And what I'm going to say is that we're not here to serve God, except to the degree that we are here to serve our own extraordinary life. That's what I'm here to do. Let's experience an extraordinary life, and that is in service to the divine, and it is always unfolding brilliantly. Where are you on that journey? Ernest Holmes wrote this: if man is endowed with the attributes of self-choice and free will, really hear this, he must make his self-discovery for himself. Even God could not make a mechanical individual. We are not here to serve God. If we were here to serve God, we would all be mechanical automatons and we wouldn't be able to do anything else except serve God. We have been given free will. We have been given choice. We have been given volition. And within that comes great responsibility. What is it in Spider-Man? With great power comes great responsibility. I am going to do a superhero talk one of these days. But if man is endowed with the attributes of self-choice and free will, he must make this self-discovery for himself. Where are you on that scale? Are you on the side of understanding that you do have choice, that you have power, and that anything that is antithetical to an extraordinary life is simply a lie that you're repeating to yourself, that you are telling to yourself over and over and over again? And the more you tell yourself the lie, the more you experience the lie. Start telling yourself the truth. God is love. God is light. God is life. God is wisdom. God is beauty. God is power. God is joy. God is, what is the other one? I'm missing one. Wisdom. I said wisdom. Peace. Power. Peace. God is peace. Peace, power, beauty, joy, love, light, life, and wisdom. That's all we really need to experience. Those are the attributes of God. One of the things that I will suggest, and it's funny because it's going to come up in the practitioner class that I'm teaching on Tuesday nights. It's going to come up this week, and I've asked Carmen to remind me because we had a discussion about this in the car. You don't remember, do you? No, you'll remember. Whenever we're looking at the things that are going wrong in our lives, one of the things that I teach practitioners to do is, first of all, go and understand the spiritual truth about it. The spiritual truth. Here's an experience that my mother is having. She is having an experience of cancer. The spiritual truth is health, infinite health. That is what God is. And so in this, when I lay hold firmly in my understanding of that spiritual truth, that is what begins to show up. That is what shows up for her. Now, these attributes of God are brilliant because you can almost pretty much always distill the spiritual truth down to one of these attributes of God: love, light, life, peace, power, beauty, joy, or wisdom. So if I distill the understanding of healthful living to its core, that is the attribute of life. And when I pray with the understanding that life is unfolding perfectly and that there is nothing but life. Anything that seems contrary to that melts away. Cancer is contrary to that. It melts away. I also believe that if you believe that cancer is harder to heal than a hangnail, that we are off principle in that. The divine does not know great or small. The divine only knows expression. That's it. And so cancer is simply an expression, just like a hangnail is an expression. They're both easy to heal when we put our mind on the focus of the spiritual truth. So it means you are at choice. Each and every one of us is at choice to live the life we desire, to live the life we require. The problem, I think, sometimes is that many of us want it done for us. We just want to show up and have everything laid out and have it be hunky-dory and, oh, isn't this lovely, a lovely, Personally, I find that a little boring, but because I like to explore life and I like to have different experiences in life, so I will jump in with both feet. I wasn't always like that. What is it when you live life and have your choices made for you? What is it when you live life and you have choices that are made for you? You know what that sounds like to me? Prison. Did you read my notes? Look, it says prison right there. Yeah, that would be prison. That's the great thing about volition. That's the great thing about choice, is that it's always available to us because none of us is imprisoned except to the degree that we believe we are imprisoned. There is nothing that can stop you from living the life you desire except you. Now, I will say, is there comfort? Here's another question. Is there comfort in knowing that you are supported by something greater than you are? Absolutely. Absolutely. So today's talk is called Dancing the Two-Step. And there's a reason that. So what is it? So what would you think it would mean to dance the two-step? Practitioner students, you're not allowed to answer. Because you probably know what I'm going to get at. Dancing the two-step. Anybody have any thoughts around that unless you're a practitioner or a practitioner student? All right, then I'm going to tell you. Dancing the two-step is really living the life of God as God. And God is calling. We teach a specific form of prayer within this philosophy. And I'm going to quickly, I'm going to go into a teaching mode for just a moment. The way we teach prayer is like this. We have 5 steps, sometimes 7, to prayer. But I'm going to teach the 5-step prayer today. 5 steps of prayer. 1, recognition. That means God is all there is. That's step 1. God is all there is. We call that step recognition. 2, unification. God is who and what I am. Now, there's a logic to that. If God is infinite and God is all there is, well, I'm part of that, right? Yes, of course I am. And so that is how I can justify and understand that I too am God, expressing at my level of understanding. So that's recognition. God is all there is. Step 2, unification. I am God. I am that which is, as are every single one of us. Step 3, declaration. That's what you want. So, if I were to do a declaration, I would declare that my life is unfolding perfectly in health and wisdom and joy. There is a declaration. Step 4 is gratitude. If you are being given a gift, let's be thankful for it. Oh, had a weird cramp thing happen. I shouldn't do 4 too much. No, I should do 4 all the time. Live in step 4, and I'll tell you, life really shows up brilliantly. So that's step 4, living in gratitude, understanding gratitude. And it is not about simply saying thank you to something outside of the self. It is about embodying a feeling of gratitude for what it is you have received. And step 5 is release. And when we release, we are releasing our word to an immutable law of cause and effect that corresponds to what we have said, and it shows up accordingly, no matter what. The law does not play favorites. The law simply provides. So there's our 5-step treatment. So if we're dancing the 2-step, for me, that is experiencing everything in life without hesitation in only the first 2 steps, because that's really all you need. God is all there is, and it's who and what I am. Everything else shows up accordingly when you really embody the first 2 steps of treatment. And I'm not talking about just in those formal moments where we decide, okay, now I'm going to go into treatment and pray. God is all there is. It's who and what I am. It's about embodying this and living it in every aspect of your being. And so it is. So part of it, too, when I thought about this talk title, it brought to mind one of the things that I love doing, and I have not found an outlet for this here, but I love to 2-step. I love to dance, right? And I used to be very fearful of that. I used to be very fearful of couple dancing. I used to go to this place called Oil Can Harry's Tony's like, yeah! In the San Fernando Valley when I lived in Southern California. And I used to be such a wallflower because I was in that fearful place. And this is where I was imprisoning myself. See, I am tying this all in. This is where I was imprisoning myself by standing at the sidelines and deciding that somebody needed to approach me to dance. By making that decision, do you think I danced very much? No, it was when I turned it around and said, you know what, I'm the one who's in charge here. And what is stopping me, except my own fear, whatever fear is showing up for me, my fear of rejection, my fear of this, my fear of that, whatever's showing up for me, it's only created in my own mind. And so for me to move past it, I made a decision. I made a decision that no longer had any effect on me. I guarantee you my life became more extraordinary, and I started experiencing my life in a much more productive, fun way when I started stepping out there and saying, would you like to dance? Now the funny thing is, in a gay bar, when it's men dancing with men, the next thing that follows is, do you lead or follow? So I had been living in my own prison by giving up control to something outside of myself. And that's really where it comes down to. When you do not, when we are not embodying steps 1 and 2, we are most likely believing that there's something outside of ourself which has control over us. And if you believe that, expect it to show up. And expect it to then run your life. But also, don't expect to live the life that you would like to live. Because if your life is being run for you by something outside of yourself, you're in prison. You are imprisoned to your own misunderstanding. When we open ourselves up, when we relax, let go, let fly, it's a song we have to do. When we relax and give in and give over to the understanding and the embodiment, really, really embodying the idea that God is all there is, not in fear, not in supplication, not in any method or fashion, except a deeper understanding that in that, there is power and joyful living. When we open ourselves to ease and flow of the divine through us, then we live the result of our decisions. Our decisions. Not, and really hear this, not what may be perceived as the will of God. Because God's will is my will. God's will is your will. Because God simply knows only to do and to show up creatively in your life. So there is nothing out there that says you have to do or be anything. There's nothing out there that says you have to suffer. There's nothing out there that says that you are less than. If we believe those things, it is a trick of our own mind. And so I invite you today to step up beyond that to the understanding. Today we're going to two-step, all right? We're going to two-step. There is no reason ever to fear the expression of life. That's the secret of life. There is no reason to fear the expression of life, to begin to enjoy the passage of time, to begin to open your heart to love. And you know what? Since we're only having this particular experience for a little while, why don't we enjoy the ride? Does that sound like a good plan? Awesome. Namaste. So this is the point where we take our offering. And as you hold whatever it is you're offering, oh, thank you, Brian. Here, you know what? Got it? Yeah. Okay. As you hold whatever it is you offer to the center today, it's a popsicle stick for me. Just to be clear, the popsicle stick is a representation that I'm part of the Count Me In program, which is our pre-authorization program. If you're interested in knowing more about how to have your contributions to the center debited from an account every week or taken off of a credit card automatically, you can talk to me or you can talk to a board member. Of course, if you don't know who a board member is, well then, best of luck. No, you can talk to me, and that's fine. But as you hold what it is you have to offer the center today, really understand that what you give to the center is simply a stopping point in a greater circulation of life. For money is God in action. And money simply flows through this center, creating greater experiences for every single one of us within this center and greater experiences for those whom we support outside of this center. And so let's share together the divine givingness statement on the back of your songbook as you hold what it is you're offering today. Here we go. I know that God is the source of all supply and that money is God in action. I know that my good is here now. I claim an abundance of money to spare and share. I know that true prosperity includes perfect health, perfect wealth, and perfect happiness. I bless all that I have now, and I bless the increase. I give thanks for this good. I know that my gift today goes forward to heal and bless. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center and know that it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And so we're going to share the song I Love, which is on page 29. You're welcome to stand up and stretch as the baskets go around and dance a little bit too.
but still to be seen. I live, I breathe, I love, love, love. I live, I breathe, I love. I live, I breathe, I love.
All right, now I'm going to invite Mary Ellen. You can be seated to do a blessing over our offering.
Oh, and here we are, living and breathing and loving. And it's with the greatest respect for all present, knowing that this infinite presence is upon us, within us, and all around us. Being here, being me, being you. It is with an open and a grateful heart that we bless this offering, the gifts that are used to continue to build. And that we step into this freedom of expansion. And as we believe in this law of principle, this law of circulation, of giving and receiving, we not only give, but we open ourselves to receive even more. And as we continue to expand ourselves in this center and these teachings, it is with that in mind that I and we say thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for your givingness. And I say thank you for knowing to open ourselves up to the acceptance and allowing the greatness that comes to us. I release these words to law, knowing it is so. It is done. Together we say, and so it is.
Thank you very much for that.
I want to offer my gratitude to Jim and Helen, who are our board members on duty today. Thank you so much for your service. I want to thank, setting up today were Lucy, Margaret Anna, and Thelma. Greeting you today were Pat and Susan. I want to thank Marg, who is in the bookstore. By the way, check out the bookstore today because we got a large shipment of new things in. So check it out. We've got a whole bunch of new books. Very excited about that. I want to thank Mark Scott, who comes in and cleans during the week. And I want to thank Carrie in the sound booth. Thank you. I want to thank Tony at the camera and on our webcast to make sure that we get out to the interwebs live every Sunday. Yes, I do use the word interwebs. I want to thank Helen, who was our board member, also worked with the kids today along with Mark Moniz, so thank you. I think it was just Zach today. Awesome. I'm sure he had a fantastic time. I want to thank Linda for bringing in our flowers and, of course, beautifying our service. And I want to thank Mary Ellen for your consciousness and what you bring to this center in deep inspiration every week. Thank you so much. I want to thank Pierre Gautreau for that wonderful song and also the whole band for the music we bring every week. Thank you so much. So November 3rd is the choir auditions. But November 6th, we are starting a new class, and that will be the Power of Decision. It's one of my favorite classes to teach. Even if you've taken it before, there is something to be gained by taking it again. So I will encourage you all to take a look at that. I don't think we have the forms out yet, but they'll be out by next week if you want to register for that class. Also, today is our first Sunday of the month, which is typically a Bring a Friend Sunday, and we have a potluck that follows. So I want to thank everybody who volunteers and brings in food for the potluck, because you make our first Sunday of the month absolutely fantastic. So thank you all. And just because we can't help ourselves, there's so much happening here today. We also have Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet today. So if you've brought in clothes, even if you haven't brought in clothes, take a look at what has been brought in. And everything that you buy is ultimately ends up, the money is all coming back to the center. So check it out today. See if there's anything that you get to now take home and love. And love, love, love. I don't think there's going to be anything for me, is there? Maybe? Oh, yay. Yes? You know what? There are going to be books, too. There's a whole slew of books, so check out the books at Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet. This Wednesday's service, the theme of this Wednesday's service, I called it dope. Like, which I've taken as an anagram. It means deepening and opening the heart, which is what this service is going to be all about this Wednesday. So I invite you to join us at 6:30 for service. But given all of that, let's take this moment of deepening and opening our heart.
I allow you, I invite you, and I allow you. You don't need my permission, but I will allow you anyway. To relax into that space, to relax into this space, to relax into this time, right here, right now. There's only one thing that is ever going on, and that is God. There is only one person, one thing, one idea, and it is fully embodied and embraced by you. Every single one of us is a divine expression, living God's life. That's the truth. And that's all that we're ever talking about on a Sunday. Right here, right now, I step into that more deeply, more profoundly. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show you all the joy you're worthy of. I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. And so it is in this moment that I step back and I recognize and know that there is only one power, one infinite knowing presence, one infinite creative source. And it is fully expressing by means of each and every one of us right here and right now, in this moment, in this time, and in this place. I give over to this idea, and I know that life is unfolding perfectly based on this idea, for I embody this understanding. I embody this knowledge. I embody this intellectual knowing and taking it to that deeper heart place right here and right now. Breathing into that, I know the truth of God is the truth of me, and is the truth of every single person here. And so I require in everyone's experience right here and right now a deeper expression of love, of light, of life, of peace, of power, of beauty, of joy, and of wisdom. This is my requirement, and this is what I call upon the divine source to do right here and right now. And because I know it's done, I simply step back in deep gratitude with a heart full of love, knowing that my word spoken is done. I simply relax, I let it be so, I know it is so, as together we say, and so it is. So let's relax right into that space. And if you'd like to, this is on page 1 of your songbook. I'm here to remind you of your magnificence, to help you awake to all the wonder that you are. I long to show joy I'm here to remind you how much you're truly loved. And so it is. And so, finally, closing us out with a little bit of pep is I Can See Clearly Now. If you'd like to stand and stretch and sing, and it's on page 5 of your songbook.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Have a great week, everyone. Stick around for potluck and for Shop Your Girlfriend's Closet.